Well, I haven't had to do this in a while, but now I guess I can introduce myself. I feel like it's so many new faces. So my name is Alyssa. I'm one of your guys' double diamond leaders in the business. So I've been in for 5 years as of this past December. And it's been my full-time income for the last 4 years. And just because it has been full-time, I've been able to pursue some other things. So I've just added microblading to my life so I can get out of the house a little bit. But this is like my main focus. It's literally my passion. I absolutely love this company and this business. So tonight I'm going to start off by talking to you guys a little bit about purpose and having a purpose in this business, because if you don't have a purpose in this business, you're going to drive yourself insane. You're going to spend so much time scrolling. You're going to spend so much time thinking you're doing tasks when you're not getting anything done. And I've talked to a number of you where you have said purpose is your word for this year. And for those of you that might be confused about like, what do you mean having a word? In this business, a lot of us will talk about having a word that we want to focus on for the whole year. Now I'm drawing a blank of what my word was last year. I don't even remember. I feel like the last 2 years is a blur, but purpose has been a common theme for a lot of people, and it's been throughout the company too. And I want you to think about what your purpose is if you haven't already, as you're listening to us talk tonight, because we're going to focus a lot on obviously the money, because that's why you said yes, right? You didn't join this business because you just wanted to be friends with us. Like, you joined this business because you want to add another source of income to your life. You need that extra cash for whatever reason. And whatever that reason is, I want you guys to dig in and write it down and have it in front of you and remember every single day why you're doing this business. Because I promise you, it's so easy to feel burnt out when you're on social media without a purpose, right? You see politics, you see cat fights, you see people fighting over everything these days. And if that's where your focus is at, you're going to burn yourself out so fast. So make sure you know where your purpose is at, and wherever that energy is, you guys, that wherever your focus is, that's where the energy is going to go. So if you're focusing on the drama and you're focusing on things that don't matter, you're going to actually end up blaming this business and saying it's not for you because it's your job to be on social media. And when social media is burning you out, you automatically take a step back. So remember why you're here. Remember what you're doing. If you need to just get in and get out with social media, that's something that I have to do often. Is I get my task list done and then I'm piecing out for the rest of the day because I just don't want to be on it. Okay, so what you want to know in this business is your why, your no, and your how. And I'm going to go over a few things with you before we really dive into this. So like I said, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What's the big things that you want to accomplish? It's likely a financial goal. And the beautiful thing about this business is you're going to crush that financial goal if you are consistent here, and you're going to be able to add on to it. It was like, my big thing was like, wow, if I could do my $500 credit card payment, because my credit card was so high when I first got started, I was like, that would be amazing to be able to cover that. And then I covered that. And I was like, wow, if I could add a comma into my paycheck, that would be amazing. Okay, 5 figures. Wow. Okay, that's amazing. So you can start adding to these dreams that you have, but they're not going to happen unless you're consistent in this business. So figure out that purpose, and then figure out, kind of along with your purpose, is just figuring out your why you said yes all over again, right? Like, there's that financial goal, but dig deep as to why you need that. Because a lot of us, when we're struggling and we need to find the cash for something, we will. So figure out the bigger thing that this business can do for you, not something that your daily job can do for you, because you're probably going to work a lot harder and a lot easier in a weird way at this business, where you're not showing up every single day to a 9-to-5 with someone telling you what to do. You're going to have to self-motivate yourself like no other in this industry, because I'm not going to be in your inbox. Britt's not going to be in your inbox telling you to get to work. Like, if you're not working, we notice you're not working, but we're not going to be like, hey, like, my paycheck's suffering because you're not working. Like, we're never going to do something like that, like your 9-to-5 boss would. So you have to show up for yourself. That's why you have to dig so deep as to why you want this business to work for you specifically. It's why I've been here for 5 years. I've seen so many ups and I've seen so many crashes in my business. And I do not let those crashes keep me down, because I've seen where this can go. And even if I haven't hit exactly where I want to go, I see other people doing it, which is what keeps me coming back every single day. Because you walk away from this, you walk away from endless opportunities and going to what, right? So just always keep that in mind, and make sure that you're taking the time to sit and dream about what you want. Not just like couple $100 would be cool, $500 would be cool. Like, start dreaming big, because to hit, I don't remember the exact quote, and I'm terrible at saying quotes unless I'm legit copy and pasting them, but it's like, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. So start dreaming big. Start wanting to take your family on an all expenses paid vacation, pay off all your debt, go completely debt free, pay off your mortgage, whatever it is, buy a car for cash like Britt did. Like, there's all these things that you can do in this business. So dream big, don't think too small. And as you're moving forward, you're going to be crushing all those little goals off your list anyways, where it's like, if this could pay for my groceries, that would be cool. And it keeps adding on, okay? And then take the time to sit and not just dream, but break down your goals. I was talking to Amanda, I think it was last week, and she's like, I broke down my goals into weekly goals and monthly goals and quarterly goals. And that's what you need to do in this business, because you can have that big goal for yourself, but if you're not breaking it down into smaller steps on how to get there, years and years are going to go by and you're never going to hit it, because you don't have targets to hit. And that's why we call our 6 list or our KPI tracker a KPI tracker, is because it's a key performance indicator. You're getting to follow kind of your stats. If you really get nerdy with it and you start jotting down like your numbers and all the things, that's what's going to take you to the next level in this business every single time. And it's all a compounding effect, right? So I just did a newbie Zoom a couple weeks ago, and the way I like to describe your task list every single day is you're building your building, right? You have your skyscraper dream. Okay, that's what you're working towards, but you don't get to the top overnight. You are building brick by brick by brick. And I want you to think about your KPI tracker as each individual brick. When you don't do it one day, you're not getting that momentum forward. You're taking a step back. And when you're consistent, you're going to grow to it so much faster. So I want that to be more empowering to you than discouraging, because you get to be in full control of how quick your business grows or how slow it grows. I'm not going to get to be a part of that. I can help guide you and lead you and answer your questions, but I don't get to do the work for you. And Britt's going to go over the work that is required to get to that level. And again, the faster you do it, the faster you get to those big goals, which I think is super exciting. And we were going over numbers because that's why we're all here. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what is on the table for you right now when you have the financial goal. Britt, feel free to interrupt me anytime if I'm missing something or you want to add in something. But okay, so the 4-in-1 tracker, this is going to be a key for you to be able to accomplish those goals that you're going after, because it is the stepping stones to going ruby, to going emerald, to going diamond. And diamond is where the big bonuses are. But right now, and I'm gonna I'll reshare this little thing in our group chat as well. But this is kind of like a really easy tracker that I like to follow. And this is just the 4-in-1, right? So you're signing a DT, you're signing 4+ LCs, adding up to a certain amount of volume. And that DT is signing their own DT and their own customers. This is called a cycle. You're going to hear us talk about it all the time. But the beautiful thing, so you have 30 days to accomplish this, 30 days from the day you enrolled each, and then it resets every 30 days. Okay. So if you feel confused about this, there's a lot more trainings about it, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. But you have 30 days from the time you signed. So if you signed up before January 1st, you have January 1st to the end of January, February 1st to the end of February, end of March to the end of March. This is until the end of March that this particular bonus is available to you, okay? So every time you accomplish this full cycle here, you're gonna get $633 in the bonus cash. And then on top of it, you're gonna be making commissions on that. So if you do this 3 times, so $633 times 3 is X amount. I can't do the math on that. I should have did it beforehand. But when you accomplish that, you guys are going to get a bonus on that, a cash bonus from our company paid out over a 2-month time frame. And that's going to be $3,300 Canadian. Okay, Britt just said $1,899 when you complete this 3 times, and then they're going to give you $3,300 like on top of that. Like, that's insane, you guys. That has made this business so much easier than like the last 3 to 5 years that Britt and I have been in the business, because it's been like, I want to hit this rank so my income can look like this. But you guys can have a goal of exactly how much income you want to bring in, and it's in your full control to bring it in by completing your cycles as many times as you possibly can. And there's people that are doing the 3 rounds every single month. So they're bringing in that $1,899 plus the $3,300 and then all the commissions on top of that every single month. And that's something you guys can do. You just have to buckle down. You have to do the task list, do the things, and it's that simple. And then the next thing is the diamond bonus, which is amazing. And I know Britt and I have both, we got our diamond bonuses back in the day. And then Britt, you got one for, was it Mitchell's account? Yeah, and your mom's account? Or just, okay, yeah. And then I got one for my husband's account too, and then our own accounts. So we've been there, we know how to do this, and we can help you guys go along that. But right now when you go diamond, so that's literally, we're going to talk about that kind of at the end, how it's going to compound to diamond by you doing these 4-in-1 cycles. But you're going to get $12,736 Canadian from our company, paid over a 10-month time frame. So it's not all at once. Just remember that. But on top of that, you're getting commissions, and the average commissions of a diamond is $2,700 plus that bonus payout, plus all this other stuff that you guys are doing. So you can really compound as many bonuses as you want. And in reality, if you're really hustling and pushing to diamond, you're going to get, how would you say, 3 to 4 rounds, Britt, of the bonuses from this. So that's like $6,000 times 3 to 4 plus the diamond bonus. There's a lot of money on the table for you guys right now. So if money is like your struggle in life at this moment, this is your time to shine. And we always say this is the boom season, because if you guys have been around for a while and you worked your business last year at this time, you can probably go look at your commissions in your eSuite and see the huge jump from February to June, where you just see a massive increase in this business. And I don't know if it's because we're coming out of Christmas and it's pre-summer and we're all just excited and ready to roll, but it's amazing what you can do here. And then on top of it, you guys, there's the incentive trip. So if you're pushing for all this stuff, there's absolutely no reason why you can't earn that trip either, especially if you're going for diamond, because to go diamond, you're pretty much doing the requirements anyways, which is super awesome. So requirements, you guys, I don't want you to miss out because of something small on this bonus for the incentive trip. And even the rest of these bonuses, make sure you're jumping into eSuite, clicking on documents and finding the proper files for this, because there are like little things here and there, or deadlines that I want you guys to make sure that you're aware of, so you don't miss out on any of the bonus payout. Okay, so for the incentive trip starting February, so you have till the 25th to process this, you need to put through an auto ship for 80 BV from February all the way till July. Okay, so every single month. So put all your favorite products into an auto ship for yourself on eSuite, and make sure it's processing every single month so that you can qualify for this trip. If you turn it off, you don't qualify for the trip. It's that simple detail that could allow you to lose that. So I don't want that to happen for you. And then what you need to do is accomplish 7 of these. Again, you're getting all those bonuses. So they're automatically, like, they're basically paying you to go on this trip, which is kind of bizarre. But I guess that is why we work this business, but like, you're getting bonuses to go on a bonus trip, which is so cool. So completing 7 of these, so 7 of the top, 7 of the bottom, is going to allow you to go on this trip. And then there's other ways, again, go into your eSuite documents where you can earn to bring up a friend or a spouse or whoever you want. So you get to bring a guest as well for this all paid expenses trip, which is super, super cool. And there's all these different add-ons. So you can make yourself familiar with that. But I don't know. I'm super excited. I want to know who in the chat is going for bonuses and going for these trips, because I want to hang out with all of you there since we haven't been able to go to Florida for conference. It's going to be just so much fun. And then you guys, I want you guys to, before I let Britt jump in and take over, I want you guys to train your brain. I don't know if you guys watch Boss Lee. Like, she can be really intense. She's on Instagram. She's like #1 in network marketing for women. Super intense, but she says some of the most amazing things. And the other night she was talking about training your mind to focus on expansion. So much of us come from a lacking mindset where it feels like, I'm not finding the LCs, I'm not finding the DTs, I'm having the conversations and everybody's turning me down. If that's what you're focusing on, you guys, you're never going to be able to experience the growth and the expansion and the excitement and the abundance of having the LCs and having the distributors, because you're always going to be operating in lack. And that's going to come through in your conversations. People are going to feel your desperation. They're going to feel you just showing up just to get your money and then you're out, like whatever the case is. So I want you guys to think about expansion, think about growing your minds as well. This is going to be huge in this business. It's easy to sign up for yourself, but then you're going to have to learn, because you're going to have to teach, because that's what's going to get you these bonuses. Like, you're coming into a team and we're going to help you, but I want you to also focus on growing yourself in this business too, and really understanding what you're doing. And you're going to love it so much more when you're not operating on, I don't know what to say here, I need to find the perfect script. Once this becomes a part of you, it becomes so much more fun, you guys. I just can't wait. Like, there's so many new faces, so I know you're still getting to know things, and give yourself that time for sure to get to know things and get comfortable. But I'm just excited. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see you guys all exceed your expectations and what you can accomplish here. But I'm gonna let Britt come in. And oh my gosh, so cute. Yes. Okay, Britt, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Awesome. I am so stoked for all of this, you guys. I feel like I've been saying this to every new business partner I have, but you seriously joined at the perfect time. So if you're brand new, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. And we really hope that this Zoom equips you with what you need to maybe ask further questions. I promise you, by the end of the Zoom, you're not going to feel like you know everything. You're not, and that's okay. But what we hope that you feel is that you have some tools that you can put in your toolbox to, okay, I think I got this. Feel free to ask your enroller 1,000,001 questions. That is what we're here for. So I'm going to go over the daily task list. This is something that we have done every single day I've been in this business now for 3 years. It really hasn't changed that much in this 3 years. So these are the same things that I did to earn the diamond bonus. This is the same thing that Alyssa did to earn the diamond bonus. But let me tell you guys, it's way easier to do it now than when we did it. So you get to do it faster, more confident. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go over the task list that I sent in the Boom Tribe chat. So if you guys have not seen that, maybe I will send one more time right now, just so you have it and you can pull it up on your phone and follow along with me, just so we're all on the same page. So this task list will only work for you if you do all of them, and you do all of them consistently. Hear me again, consistency is key with this business. You'll hear that 1,000,000 times, but this task list, you might look at it and go, holy crap, that is a lot of things that I need to do every day, and I'm a busy mom and I work full time, or whatever it is. Whatever your excuse is for not being able to do it, just chuck it out the window and give yourself a chance to dive into this fully and stop making excuses for why it's not going to work, because it will work with the way that we're doing it. So this isn't supposed to take you all day. This isn't supposed to be something where you have to sit down and get it done for hours and hours and hours. I was actually talking to Jenna the other day about, she gets up in the morning, she does her workout, and then she starts her day, and it's planned and it's systematic. And I'm like, that is so rare. And I am so obsessed with you already just for doing that, because you're going to be so good at this business, because all you have to do is add these tasks into your already scheduled day and you're going to be successful. Now, if you are somebody who does not like a schedule, maybe finds it hard to stick to a schedule, then the great thing about this task list is you get to put timers on your phone and you get to sit down randomly throughout your day and get it done. I don't care if you're busy, take 10 minutes, send out your host post messages, and you're going to start seeing that money roll in. It's truly that simple. So if you guys are looking at the same task list I am, on the very top, I put in send out 35 host post asks. Now, really, ideally, you're probably going to have to do this 3 times a day. Sometimes it doesn't take that much. Sometimes it does. So how I do this, I'm just going to go like, seriously, guys, step by step through every single task. So stay with me. This is recorded, so if it's a bit much, you can go back and rewatch it. But I send out 35 host post asks at least 3 times a day, because that's normally how many people I have to message to get enough up, unless I have enough giveaway host posts up that are moving. So what I do is I go to my friends list and I sort them from A to Z. So how you do that is if you click on your Facebook, like go to your Facebook wall and then you click on your friends list, they'll automatically be in that order. So if you go the other way and go through the apps, it's all like newest to oldest, but if you click on your Facebook page, click friends, are in that order. Now, the reason why I do that is because it's easy for me to keep track. So start at A, especially if you're new, you wouldn't have messaged any of these people yet. So that's perfect. So you're going to start at A and you're going to send messages that we're going to have all in boards for you. They're already in there, but we're thinking that we're going to make it even more systematic. But all that I do is send out, hey, I have a question for you. I promise it's not to ask you to buy anything. That's all I say to 35 people. Now, if you're somebody who's overthinking this, just don't overthink it. Give yourself a timer, put on some music, send them out. This shouldn't take you longer than 10 minutes to send out 35 messages. So I do that first thing. The reason is then throughout the day, people will get back to me. So as soon as I have a minute to start work, I will send out 35 host post asks starting at A and going all the way down. And then I just write who the last person that I talked to was that day on my friends list. Then the next day I start and continue. Now, once they say, yes, of course, what's your question? It's kind of awkward, right? So this next message I send is, hey, thank you so much. This is so awkward for me to ask, or I always feel awkward asking, but I'm working towards this really huge goal. You could help me out. I'll enter you into my $1,000 giveaway. All you have to do is share a post for me to your wall. It's super cute and I'll do the rest. I'll send that script later too. But once I send that, then they say, yeah, sure. Why the heck not? I feel like that's the most successful way to do it. The other ones that I was doing was like, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. Do you want to enter? I feel like people don't respond to those as quickly for me personally. But if you're getting responses from it, stick with what you know. Anyways, so once I send out 35 messages, those people get back. This is the key thing to this task list. You are focusing on the tasks. You're not focusing on the whole day, right? So you're busy. You send out 35 asks. Check it off your list. Let people answer you. You don't have to message them back. Go do what you need to do and then come back to it and dedicate a time to respond to your messages. This just leaves it so that you don't feel like you're constantly glued to your phone all day long. So once they get back to me, this is when I get to offer them the hosted post. Now, when it comes to host posts, I like to get up 2 giveaway host posts at the beginning of the day. So I get them to post about the giveaway on their wall for me. The reason for that is those posts or those comments will start building, and then I get to start messaging those people. Now, if you're new and you're like, what the heck is she talking about? It's okay. You will learn this. But that's a system that I like. So go from A to Z. Pick 35 people, do that 3 times a day, and you will never not have enough host posts up. It's truly that simple. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is post to our story. So with your story, it's really important that you sandwich your products and your opportunity with your life. If you are constantly only posting at work, no one's going to watch your stories at all because there's no reason for them to. They don't know what the value is. They don't know anything about you, what you stand for, what you believe in, what your interests are. I like to watch people on Instagram that I relate to. I look forward to some of their stories. I'm sure you guys all have somebody that you follow that inspires you or encourages you. So even if you feel like I have nothing to share, my life is so boring, I'm just fill in the blank. We all have that, right? I'm just a mom. I'm just a student. I'm just a fill in the blank. Instead of thinking that way, just think of what things do you like watching? Do you seriously watch someone talk and make their coffee every day? Are you that person that watches somebody go to the park with their kid every day and you still watch their story, Instagram doesn't have to be interesting for people to be interested. So just show up and make a point of making sure you're showing your life like at least 5 times, even if it's just sitting down and talking and you're busy, or maybe you're like uncomfortable with talking on your Instagram, then show what you're doing with your kids, show what you're doing throughout your day. And then with that, you can start sharing the products and the opportunity in there. So if it's only product, no one's going to watch. If it's only business, no one's going to watch. So make sure that you're putting all those in there. So that task of post product, business, and life is an everyday thing. So whether you're talking or whether you're sharing slides or pictures or boomerangs, just make sure you're at least hitting on one of those things every single day. We also have an Instagram account called Gold Digger Influencer that has slides already pre-made. So if you haven't followed that account yet, message your enroller and they will send it to you. You can follow it and then you can go onto their Instagram, maybe get inspired by a post or just screenshot and put that exact post. So you don't have to like spend hours a day making new content, which is awesome. Another hack is in your Instagram. If you have made a gazillion coffee videos and you're looking like a hot mess and you don't want to get on your Instagram, you can go to your Instagram and click on story archives. So if you go to your personal profile, click on the 3 lines on the top, you can click archive and then click story, and you will see on there all the stories you have ever made, ever on Instagram. So you can go on there, click a coffee video you made a month ago and post it. So life hack, work smarter, not harder. That is my favorite thing to do if I'm looking like a hot freaking mess, but need to post something. So making sure that you're posting that every day. The next thing on our list is follow up with potential customers and distributors. Amanda's face right now. She's like, I'm never making a coffee video again. I'm using last year's content for the next 2 years. Oh my gosh, I love it. So next one is follow up with potentials. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a game of how many times do I follow up? Kelly and I were talking about that the other day. Do I follow up again? Do I keep messaging them? What's annoying? What's not annoying? Now, how you need to think about follow-ups is at some point this person was interested. They didn't tell you no. So you're doing them a disservice by disappearing. If they said, yes, I was interested in the business, people have busy lives. It's not their job to follow up with you. It's your job to follow up with them. Do not be annoying. Don't be like, hey, I know you were supposed to message me, but you didn't, but just be present. Another thing you can do with follow-ups, and this is something I do every single day, is on my potential distributor follow-up list, I will go to my potential distributors' Facebook and Instagram pages and comment on what they're doing. The reason for that is it keeps me in the front of their brain. If they are interested, they might end up reaching out to me, but it also keeps our algorithm synced so they see what I post. This is a huge step. If you do this with follow-ups, you're going to see a lot more success. You can do this with customers too. Just keep them in your normal rotation. But what I like to do is go through my follow-up list every day. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can write it on paper. You can put it in your notes. If you're never home, I would highly recommend putting it in your phone in your notes so that you don't make an excuse for not writing someone's name down. Now, the moment that I decide they're going to be a potential is when I say, hey, thank you so much for your comment on so-and-so's post. Would you like more info? They say yes, boom, they're now a potential. So I'm going to write their name down. So when it comes to follow-up, again, work with your enroller because they'll be able to kind of tweak it and help you with that. We have a whole entire follow-up, whatever the heck it's called, board in boards. So there's lots of scripts in there, but if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. With that though, the follow-ups that I really love doing are the ones where it's like, okay, this person, we just talk, and then they just disappeared. So my assumption is they got busy, they forgot, whatever. I will follow up. If we talk in the morning, I follow up at night. If we talk at night, I follow up in the morning, just so they're not like, oh shoot, something came up and now I don't have the money, because they just were talking about it. And then I keep going. So that's the one thing with customers. With distributors, it's very individual. Now, when you're talking to distributors, I use a lot of voice notes because I feel like it's a lot more personable. And I wouldn't feel comfortable joining somebody that I literally never talked to. I'd be like, who is this chick? Especially if they're coming from a host post. Like, they don't know you from anybody on social media. They haven't even been following you. So when it comes to sending out those messages and talking to distributors and following up with them, just make it personable. Be like, hey, I know you are still interested. For example, if you have somebody that's like, I have no money and I don't think I can do this, and making a million excuses why they can't like make the startup cost, I will make note of that, because then the next thing that I'm going to say is like, okay, but what interests you in this? Like, why would you want to do this? Well, I really want to be able to provide for my family. I will straight up call it out and be like, okay, well, if you decide that providing for your family is important for you and you're going to get creative with making this money, this startup cost, then let's chat. Like, just be super straightforward. We all have something we're struggling with. There's nothing to be ashamed of, instead of making it like, oh, no problem, I'm so sorry that you're struggling with that. Like, girl, me too, it's okay. But if you figure out a way to make it happen, I'm here for you. Now, with that, then your next follow up is going to be like, hey, did you get the money situation figured out? I know I love selling things on Facebook. Is that something you're willing to try? Make it personal. Don't be like, hey, so you ready to get set up? They're not going to respond to you. They didn't have the money. They had the excuse. They won't respond now. So just keep that in mind with distributors. It's a little bit more personal, but make sure every day you have a list that you're at least looking at. I'm not going to recommend every day you follow up for like full week straight with somebody, but if you're looking at that list going, okay, I'm still thinking about them, we'll take a couple days, maybe they needed to wait for a paycheck, I'm going to follow up with them next week, but you'll know that because you've been going back to your messages every day. Are we good so far? I feel like this is a lot. Yes, we're all okay. Okay, so the next thing on our list is posting to our wall. Now, this is kind of like your stories. Nobody's going to care what you post if all that you post is business. But if you're doing host to post daily, you are bringing people into your network, and your Facebook feed is your storefront. And it's kind of like your application to be their rep. That's how I look at it. They have a million people they're looking at. They have a lot of noise on their page. So how do you want to come across? Are you somebody that you want to sign a bunch of customers and you like really, really are into that? Are you somebody who wants to sign a bunch of distributors and you just want to help people? Do you want to build a well-rounded business? Do you both? Do you love reaching out to specific types of people? Whatever it is, those posts have to all be in there. But what makes you most excited, and what are you talking about the most? Because if you put up a bunch of cleanse host posts, you talk to all these people, they're in your network, they don't immediately buy, and then you never post about the cleanse again, what's the point? Right? They need to know that that is something that you're passionate about, that's something you believe in, and it's still on your page, it's still available, and they can still order. And not only are you putting it on your page, but you're also talking about it in your stories. You're also showing up and allowing them to get to know you. I think that's really important too. So make sure every day you're posting one of these things to your wall. So product, business, or giveaway, or your life. Make sure you don't become a network spam page, not a whole bunch of like corporate approved before and afters on your wall. Show your family, show your life, show your cute hairdo, show your outfit, like whatever you like sharing, continue to share that. But when you're posting, do not share posts to your wall. So if I post something you love and you share it to your wall, it just ruins your algorithms. So if I post something you love, you screenshot it, you make it your own, and you put it on your wall. Do not share other people's posts to your wall, which like kind of feels weird if you're really used to that when you start. But once you start doing this, it'll become your own brand, so that even if you shared a quote on your wall from Pinterest, people will now start sharing your quote on your wall to their wall, which then boosts your algorithms, gets more people to add you, and it works out great. So just really think like, okay, this is the first thing people see when they come into my storefront, when they come into my lifestyle. Like, it's really important to be really clear on that. So have fun with it, but just make sure you're staying consistent with those posts. Okay, we are almost done, you guys. Again, go back and watch this, but I feel like when you start to get into these tasks daily, this is going to be so helpful, instead of being like, I have no idea what the heck she means by interact with people. What does that even look like? So I hope this is helping. The next thing that you're going to do every day is boost your host to post and respond to comments. So this is something that I literally schedule, because if I just respond to comments all day, I'm going to waste my whole day doing this. This like always draws me in for way too long. So I made it a specific task that we can check off for host to post. How you boost a host post is you comment on it again, you post a before and after on it, or you're going to post a GIF, which Facebook created, so they favor. So that's why we use those. It just like boosts the post so more people see them. Anyways, you're going to do this every single day. Go through your posts, figure out what you want to comment on there. Maybe it's 2 more spots available. Maybe it's thank you for your order, a GIF of being so excited, or like final call for, or a before and after saying like my personal 2-day results. I have that for the cleanse. I would highly recommend getting your own results for some product, or someone else's before and afters in the comments and saying like 2 more spots available, making it kind of like a first come, first serve thing, but also create that urgency. So if you do this every day, what's going to happen is Karen posts a cleanse post for you. You like, there's people commenting, they die off. You post a before and after photo. Facebook goes, oh, this post is still going. It boosts it, so more people start commenting. That's the reason why. You can't throw it up and then just like expect it to blow up. Some people's posts never get comments, but some of my posts also never get comments. So it's kind of just a numbers game. The next thing that you're going to do is add to your Facebook friends list and interact with your network. If you're not interacting with your network's not going to interact with you. So with us posting things, I think it's really easy to be like, oh my gosh, I posted this and it got like 2 likes. Like my network sucks. No, chances are you probably don't even talk to your network. And if you're not interacting with them, Facebook doesn't think you're friends. So it's not going to show you the posts that, or not going to show them the posts that you make. So that's why we do it. So I take time every day when I'm tired. This is the task you do when you are over your day and you're like, gotta get the last task done. This is not something you do when you're like ready to crush it. Send out your host messages when you're ready to crush it, when you're tired, before you're going to bed, whatever it is. This is when you do this task. You can go to anywhere you like. When you first get started, the thing that I did that I think made like me have success instantly with growing my network is I started adding my friends' friends, because I figured if I love this girl, they love this girl, we'll probably have something in common, right? So that is how I did it when I first started. And then people go, oh, she's friends with Jenny. Great, I'll add her back. That's all. You don't have to message them. You don't have to do anything. You just have to add them. Because if you have the same 400 people looking at your stuff every single day, maybe 400 people would buy if you're really, really lucky, but eventually all of them have seen what you have to offer. So you need to start bringing people into your network more. Another thing that I count as adding is if I've got a bunch of host posts up and all day I've been adding like 10 people here, 10 people here, 10 people here on posting, or on that host post, I don't go and like add more people from there. I count that as adding. So you can kind of like marry those 2 tasks if you want. And then interacting with your network, go to your stories. All the people at the front of your stories are people you watch. So you need to go to the people that you don't watch. So you're going to scroll all the way to the end or the middle, and then you're going to click on a story, swipe up, and send something nice. This can be whatever you want. This has seriously been the most like surprisingly fun thing for me. I thought that people would be so weirded out if I started just like randomly messaging them, but people want to be seen. Why the heck are they posting if they don't want to be seen? So if they posted a story, I'll swipe up and say, oh my gosh, your baby's so cute. How old are they? Or like, I love your shirt. Where is it from? Whatever. Make it authentic. Make it something that you genuinely want to ask, and then send that. Also, go through your feed and like and comment on people's stuff. Another way you can do this is by going to your friends list and liking and commenting on your friends' stuff. Because like I said, Facebook will show you who you always see. So if you want to mess up your network, just go to your friends list and start interacting with them. Okay, last but not least is messaging 10 people or 10 to 20 people about the business. So every single person that hosts a post for you is the perfect person to ask about this business, because they're working this business. They've just posted for you. That is literally what we do, but we get paid. So sending them a message saying like, hey, thank you so much for posting for me. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but would you be interested in learning more about what I do? You're literally doing it already, but just not getting paid. Can I send more info? We have so many scripts. So again, we'll send all of these later. But that opens the conversation. Now, some people might say no, but if you don't ask, that seed is never planted. So do not make this like a task where you are results oriented. Make it a task where you're task oriented. You ask 10 people, 20 people, freaking crushed it, check it off your list. Don't get butthurt if people don't answer you. It really isn't important. Alyssa literally asked me so many times before I started. Maybe let's put it in the chat. Did someone ask you to join this business? Like, did somebody offer it to you? Or were you the person that reached out? Maybe we'll put it in. I would have never reached out. I don't even think I would have considered this. So that's my response, but you can go. I know, yep, I got asked. I feel like a lot of people, there's some people that are just like your favorite people that just like come to you and are like, hey, I need to do this business. You lock those suckers in because that's awesome. I was not that person. I made her work for it. So if you never plant that seed, you never know when that person is going to need that extra income and be like, oh my gosh, I know I said no before, but I really need this now. And they'll reach out to you. So just plant the seed. So check it off. Now you can talk to people you host a post or that host a post for you. You can message people who like your opportunity posts. This one's huge. Like, hey, I just saw that you put some love in my feed or like commented and gave me some love. I know you're probably just being super sweet, but would you like more info? Something like that. Super easy. Open the conversation. Another thing I do on Instagram is if I see someone that's like constantly on their Instagram, like constantly sharing everything, they love social media, I just message them. I'm like, hey, you've probably received this message like 10 million times, and I'm not trying to spam you, but you're way too cute. Do you want to make money off of here? Like, why the heck not? That's how I do it. So don't feel like asking is like, I feel like there's such a stigma of like, I can't cold message people for my network marketing business. If you're not talking to people in network marketing, you're not doing network marketing. You might be signed up for it, but you're not doing it. So it's important to just open the door to that conversation, however you see fit, however feels appropriate to you. Make sure you're doing it like in a way that's authentic to you. Make sure you're talking to people you actually want to talk to, but make an effort of finding those people every single day. So I message every single person that hosts posts for me. I also message people that say they don't have money for the products. And then I get up host to post for the opportunity so that I'm able to talk about the opportunity to people in those host posts. So that is the entire task list. I put on the top there, you'll see make a reel and then post 7 to 10 host posts. I would love to like check that off myself every single day. I would love that. That's a goal that I need to do for myself because I feel like the one place that I'm struggling right now is reels and TikToks. I'm not in a rhythm of it, but I'm really trying. So that's the one thing. But host to post, if you do the method that I said of messaging those people, you will get them up. So if you're finding that you're not getting them up, chances are you're not talking to enough people or you're not getting enough giveaway host posts up when you are talking to those people, especially if you're brand new or maybe you're at a standstill with host post. Get every person that comments on your host post, like put a giveaway host post up on your wall. Get every person that comments on it to post about the same giveaway. So give them the post that's like, how do you fold your towels? People love sharing how they fold their towels. So you're gonna get them to post that. Now, every person that comments on their giveaway, you then can get them to post about product or opportunity, but you're gonna find that that expands your network. You're gonna have a lot more friends. Even if they don't wanna post, they're now friends on your network. That's perfect. They're gonna see something later. Every person that I've ever enrolled in my business has come from host post, ever. In 3 years. So I promise you this system works and I'm really excited. And I feel like if you look at this, like simply meaning, okay, I kind of understand what's happening. I see how I can add it in, but I think the overwhelming thing is like, that is a lot of things to do in a day and I'm busy and I only want to work this business 20 minutes a day, whatever it may be. Okay. So what I want you to do is figure out why the heck you're here and then figure out how you're going to make it happen. I can't make it happen for you. I can't be like, you know what, Cheyenne, today between your hair appointment and walking your dog, you are going to send out 35 host post asks. I wish I could do that for you, but I don't know your day like you know your day. So this is up to you to figure out a way to make it happen because if it's important to you, you will. And if you do this task list every day for 3 months, you're going to change your life. You are. Your business is going to explode. And with the bonuses we have on the table, you will start hitting ranks. You will go Ruby, then you will go Emerald, then you'll go Diamond and get $10,000. That's what's going to happen. But if you stay in the I can't figure it out headspace or that's too much, then you won't get it. It's just that simple. If you decide that you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. And if you decide you are, you're going to get so creative. But with that, I feel like when you're looking at this task list, I would encourage you to keep it as like a screensaver, print it off, whatever it may be to help you. But if you're not printing it off, write it down every day. So every day I have a calendar. It's underneath my computer right now, but I write down this exact task list, even though I've been doing this exact task list for so long. I will write down, send out 35 host post asks. If you write them down, you're gonna figure out a way to make it happen. It's how our brains work. So write it down or print it off, check them off as you go through the day, and then be a self-evaluator. Figure out like, okay, I didn't have enough time today to do all of it. How can I switch it up? Something that really works for me is making sure that I'm doing things fast, that I'm not overthinking them. So if you're sending 35 host post asks and it takes longer than 10 minutes, you are scrolling through people's pages, figuring out if you want to ask them, you're making it way too complicated. So make it a system that's quick. Also be confident in what you're doing, even if you don't feel like you know what you're doing. Meaning, you go and you say, I'm going to post about a product in my story, and you're just going to get that post up and you're not going to look at it. You're not going to continue analyzing it. Maybe you're going to go and talk or go live. You're not going to keep watching it. You're not going to analyze it. You're not going to change your filter 50,000 times. Get this done fast, because every day I can do this task list in 10-minute chunks. No problem. Alyssa can do it 10-minute chunks. I know Cheyenne does it in 10-minute chunks. So if you're taking longer than that to do it, it's because you're making it more complicated. It's not because it takes longer than that. So keep that in mind, where if you are trying to hit a certain goal and you're like, listen, whoever you enrolled with, just message them, say, okay, I just tried to do 35 host post asks. It took me 25 minutes or 30 minutes. How can I make this faster? Like, be an evaluator of what you're doing, because this chart is called a key performance indicator chart, which means it's trackable. So if you're not getting the results, then send me what you've been doing and I'll be able to help you get there. So I hope that encourages you guys to just make it kind of a non-negotiable, but also make it so not stressful. Because if I know in the morning I'm starting to send 35 host post asks, and then I'm going to go put a story up, and then I'm going to put something on my wall, and now I'm busy, I'm going to go back later and do 35 asks. Okay, I'm going to boost my host post. It's not stressful. But if you sit there like, I need to be perfect at all of this, and if I don't get it done with no kids screaming in the background and blah, 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 then it's not worth posting. And that's just so not true. So make sure that you're making this a priority, because if you do this for the next 3 months, not only will you have changed your financial situation completely, but you're going to feel so much more confident because you are practicing every day for 3 months. And so by the end of that 3 months, when I say, okay, put this on your story, you'll be like, way ahead of you. That's like no big deal. Let's do something else. I'm bored, right? Like right now, the things that stress you out won't. So I'm excited for that. We're going to get into too how these tasks, I know we don't have a lot of time left, but how these tasks will get you those results that you need, how they will get you your 4-in-1, how they will get you your success bonus by going over a Ruby chart. So this is like the building blocks of your business. If you know how to go Ruby, you can go Ambassador Diamond. You can go to the very tippity top of this business, and never, ever, ever in the history of this company can you get paid so much as a Ruby. Truly, rank doesn't matter anymore for pay with these bonuses. So when you're looking at them, I want you to take a pen and paper and write down, Alyssa's going to go over the chart. We're going to kind of ping pong, but write down the dollar amount of everything she's saying, and then figure out if that dollar amount is worth working for you. Because for me, when I sat down and wrote it all out, I was like, okay, let's do this. And it makes me really excited. I'm definitely money motivated. So if that's you too, write this down. It's going to blow your mind. But Alyssa, do you want to take it away?
Yes. Okay, so go over that Ruby chart real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, amazing. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see this Ruby chart breakdown. Like Britt said, this is literally the simple step to getting to every single rank. And when you understand how to create a Ruby and how to train somebody to create their own Ruby, that's that snowball effect that's going to happen in your entire organization. And it is so, so simple, you guys. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. And I will show you right now so you can see how simple this is, and we will review it all. So they shared this at conference. Can everybody see this? Thumbs up. Okay, amazing. So this is just a really simplified Ruby chart with the 4-in-1. So you're going to look at this and you're going to see that you're going to hit that monthly average by doing the work, but you're also going to unlock a lot of bonuses that we talked about. This is 3 rounds of the 4 and a friend, which means you've completed that whole cycle, which means you're getting like $6,300 or whatever the case is for this when you're looking at this, plus that monthly average. Okay. So when you're taking a look, what you want to focus on first is what the actual chart looks like. So you're going to hear us talk about charting a lot. You're going to hear us, of course, we want to get to diamond, and diamond just takes 4 rounds of this. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of a diamond chart so you can kind of start to visualize, okay, that's all it takes. That's all I need to do. We can do this. Okay. So what it is of course, it's you, and a ruby is 3 people that you sign. Okay. So what's going to happen is that's going to knock this guy out, your first distributor. Okay. So they're going to be over here, your 4 and a friend. So you're going to sign that friend, and you're going to sign your 4+ customers, whatever gets you to 240 BV the fastest. Now I just dropped that with the volume in particular into the chat, so you guys have that in front of you. And it's just kind of what I was sharing earlier. It's just this little easy breakdown. So that's what this is here. So you're signing that first distributor and getting those customers to fill in that box. Now, while you have that complete, you're training that friend to do what you just did. You're training them to sign their first friend, their first distributor, and that volume. And when you do that, you're going to have these qualified boxes. What I mean by the qualified boxes is that 240 and the 240 for them as well. Okay, so together that's adding up to, what is that, 560 BV? Which means it covers this qualified leg. So when you hear someone say, are they a qualified leg? It means, do they have the proper volume underneath them to count towards being a qualified leg? So that's 400. And that is for this person and every single person below them. So they might go crazy and they may not sign a distributor, but they sign a ton of customers. All that volume is going to count towards that. Okay. And if they sign a distributor and that distributor's signing customers and signing DTs and more customers and all the things, that's counting towards this. So the more, the better. Okay. And then you're going into your second, while you're training that person to get their 4 and a friend, you're focusing then on getting your second 4 and a friend. So you're going to sign that friend. You're going to sign all the volume required for it. And then you're teaching them to do the same thing. Okay. That just completed 2 full cycles, you guys. That's those $633 each, plus the crazy bonus. Look, what is it? $3,300 or something like that. There's just so much math. I don't know. It doesn't click until it's in my bank account. But still, that's a cycle. That's a cycle. Okay. So that is already so much money. That's almost 10 grand, you guys, between the 2 of those. And then you're moving into the next one. So that third qualified box, and you're getting your first DT and then their the customers for underneath that. And then you're teaching them to do the same thing. So make sure you're doing that, of course, in the time frame allotted. So again, you have to do those things in 30-day time frames each cycle. So this is 1 cycle when you're looking at it, 2 cycles, 3 cycles. Now, something to just be aware of, we're going to teach you, your enroller will probably teach you this. We won't teach you how to calculate volume right now, because once you see it, it's very, very simple to do. But when you're doing the math, so say that's 240, this is 240, and like we just said, that was 560. And then this is the same 560, 560. That's a little bit, it's not enough to be qualified as a Ruby. So when you're looking up here, you're seeing it says 2000. So you just want to make sure that when you're doing the math on everything, each box is a minimum of the 460 required. I know it says 400 here, which is the requirement for a Ruby, but to get that bonus, you want to make sure that you're following those rules instead. So it'd kind of be nice if they just changed this. So in your head, this says 460, okay, you guys? But yeah, so that extra volume, and really the extra volume comes quite naturally, especially if you're working and you're teaching your people to work. They're going to sign more than just 4 customers, and that distributor is going to sign distributors who's going to sign more customers, and that's just naturally going to grow, and that's going to help you get up to the 2000. And another side note, when you're looking at the 2000 and thinking about that volume, it also includes your own personal. So if you're signing your own customers, which is all of these, you are also earning all of that necessary kind of thing. So it's all going to add up. Britt, did you want to say anything there?
Yeah. So when you maybe put in the chat first, who is motivated by money? This isn't a bad thing. You can be motivated by helping people and money. You can be motivated by one or the other, but drop a one in the chat if that's you. Because when I look at this, honestly, when I like look at all of the numbers on here, like I'm so grateful I have Alyssa as an enroller, because I was like, holy crap, I have no idea what that means. But if she tells me I can make a certain amount of money, I'll figure it out, right? So when you're looking at that every single time, so when you get for and a friend and you do it again, that's the slogan, put it in your head, for and a friend, do it again. When you do for and a friend and do it again, you get $633, okay? That's a full cycle. Now you do that 2 more times, you get, let's do 633 times 3, you're going to get $1,899. Now, that's amazing in and of itself, but also keep in mind that this is super duplicatable, but sometimes you sign a distributor and 4 customers and they never sign a distributor and 4 customers, but you're still going to get paid that initial bonus, which is $190. Yeah, 150 USD in Canadian is $190. So if you just get for and a friend and they don't do it again, they still count as money. So you can still put that through as that $190 in your bank account. So keep that in mind. If you need a certain amount of money right now and you're like, you know what, I need $200 to pay for these groceries and I'm sick and tired of putting them on a credit card, sign 1 distributor, 4 customers, and you get $190 by the next week. Okay. Now you're going to give that same opportunity to that distributor, because it'd be so selfish if we didn't, because we know how much that money impacts us. And just because you taught them how to do it, you're going to make that full cycle. So now you have a full $633. Now, if you complete for and a friend, do it again, for and a friend, do it again, for and a friend, do it again. If you do that 3 times by March 31st, the company is going to pay you an additional $2,500, which is $3,168. just for doing it 3 times by March 31st. Now they pay it out in 2 chunks. This is awesome because your paycheck is going to be bigger for 2 months in a row instead of just all of it at one time. So you're going to have that pay increase each month that you only worked for before March. You're not continuing to work for it. It's already there. So that income every month is $1,584. So we have, if you do it by March, then in April, you're going to make $1,584. April, May, you're going to make $1,584 in May as well. Are you guys tracking with me? That's $1,584 for doing something you're already going to do to go Ruby. That's insane. And like we said before, 633 times 3 is $1,899. So if you want to be a psycho and do this all in 1 month and just like go ham, you could literally make your paycheck the average paycheck of a triple diamond in this company. That's crazy. And you're going to be Ruby. So don't let your rank determine your pay, but also get excited for what's on the table. Now, another thing with this, you guys, is it's unlimited. So if you want to, it ends up being a $5,000 bonus altogether. So if you want to make all of that happen, and then you're like, you know what, I crushed it, let's do it again. You can do that again in March. And as long as it's done by March 31st, they'll pay you another success bonus, which is that $3,100 or $3,200. So you can make that multiple times. So I would get really excited about sharing this business and offering it, because not only do you have that on the table, but your new distributors do as too. So it's really, really exciting. But 633, 633, 633, plus that additional 15 whatever for the next 2 months just to go Ruby. We used to go Ruby and make $500 a month. So this is nuts and so exciting. And then on top of that, you'll make your commissions as well. So I just wanted to add that in.
I love it. There's just, I don't know, there's so much opportunity for you guys. And I know this is a lot of information to take in, especially if you're new-ish to the business. But I promise you, it's a lot simpler the more you hear it and the more you work through it. And I'm going to encourage you guys, we dropped all of these in the chats, print them off, keep them in front of you, because once you start filling them out with names, it starts to click and it's like, okay, this isn't as complicated as it looks. And it really isn't at all. So We're here for you guys every step of the way. At the same time, don't wait for Zooms to ask questions. Like, ask questions anytime, be in our inboxes, be in the chats. That is what we are here for. And we want to make sure that you guys are hitting your deadline. So Britt, did you want to add anything else before we finish this off?
No, I think that is a lot. And I think that we're good. I also want to encourage you guys to not count yourself out. Like if you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, but I'm brand new and that seems like a lot. Trust your enroller, trust your leader that you're just going to go one step at a time. You do not need to know all this at the same time, but these things over time will end up making you a lot of money. So trust the process, trust that you're here for a reason, and get to work and have fun with it. Because honestly, when you get your mind in the mindset of it's so cool that I even have the opportunity to work for this amount of income, any other job I've ever had in my life, I couldn't sit here and go, okay, if I work really hard, I could give myself a $6,000 raise in 2 months. I couldn't do that. So the fact that it's even a possibility, like get excited, because if you're talking to people and you're like doubting everything, you're not going to sign a single customer, you're not going to sign a single distributor because they can sense that. So get excited, write down how much money you want to make, write down what bonuses you want to get with your enroller and have fun with it, because I am super excited. I'm so excited that people can join this business and make money fast. Like we've never, ever been able to do this before. And I think it's such a great opportunity. So share it, share it, share it. You're going to be happy you did. They're going to be happy you did. And it's going to be so much fun. But I will share the breakdown of the conversion to Canadian if you are all in Canada in the chat. And then, like we said, we'll be sharing all those scripts. So keep your eyes attuned for that.
Definitely. Does anyone have any questions that they want to unmute themselves for quickly? If not, then we'll end this for the night.
Yeah, Carol?
Yes. Hi. I'm wondering, so right now I'm working on adding a lot of people to my friends list, right? Like adding more friends, looking at my friends' friends to add. It's going kind of slow. So I find that like, so at first it was no problem to get like 10 haps up, 13 haps up every day for a little bit. And now it's slowed down because, so like any suggestions to like for, like I want to do this task list. It's so nice and simple and it looks really, really great. I love it. But to do the 35 hap asks 3 times a day, I feel like I'm going to be going over, because I've tried to do that and I've gone over the same people.
Are you getting giveaway posts up every day? Like getting people to post giveaway posts for you?
Yeah.
Are they getting like, if you post 2, if they don't get any comments, do you post more?
Sorry, if they post 2.
So like, for example, if I say, okay, I'm going to give up 2 host posts or giveaway posts and neither of them get any comments, then I'm like, well, that didn't work. So then I post more giveaway host posts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they always get comments like all the time.
Okay. Are you responding to each comment saying added you for an entry, that one?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like, yeah, every time they post for me and they let me know, they message me and they let me know and I say, okay, awesome, I'm going to add you.
No, sorry, when you get someone to post about the giveaway for you and they have comments on it, so you have like Karen and Helen. I always have the weirdest names in my head when I pick random people, but you have Karen and Helen commenting. Do you add Karen and respond whatever the heck it is?
Yes. So I'm adding
add me back.
Yes. So
yeah, you do respond. Okay.
I'm adding every single person. Not everybody accepts. Most of them do though.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So if you're doing that consistently, you will have way more people to message. You will never, ever run out, because if you're getting at least 2 host posts up every single day for the giveaway and they get 10 comments each, you add those 10 people, you just ask 20 people to host posts for you.
Yeah. I don't
it doesn't have to be like your fresh friends list. So if you have those giveaway posts up, that counts too as your 35 asks. So it doesn't have to be like always fresh people from your friends list. If you're asking people like, hey, even thanks for your comment on my giveaway host post, would you like to enter? I still count that.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I would do it. But I also know too, if you're finding that you're not adding enough people, you're probably stalking them for too long. And I would just start mass adding. Like when we first started, we didn't have systems at all like this. And Alyssa was like, text me back when you add 150 people. And I'd be like, okay, you can't stalk 150 people. So I would just like go to my best friend's page and add all of her friends and do not look at them. It doesn't matter. Put them in your network. You'll get to know them later.
Okay,
So,
I have thought about doing that many times, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. So thank you. I'm glad you
yeah.
brought it up because I often have like, should I just go and do this?
Yeah, I do, because you end up having the coolest people, honestly, you do. And sometimes you add weirdos, but you can always unfollow later.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Any other questions? We're good? Sweet. Well, thanks for hopping on, guys. If anything pops up later or you have more questions, like Carol, that was a really good question, like stuff like that of coming up against this, what would you do? As long as it's a question, like as long as you're like, I genuinely need help with this, like we will always be so stoked to answer you. So don't feel like anything you're going through, no one else has gone through. Honestly, probably did today and probably asked Alyssa myself. So just message us. But thank you for hopping on, you guys. We are so excited for this next run. We're going to be doing these bi-weekly, so keep your eye out. If there's certain topics, certain things you need help with, we can also help you with those as well and cover them on Zoom. But we hope you guys have the best night ever, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.